Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Just had to add these at the beginning. All the outfits and all the shoes. She goes to a convention, and what does she wear? She wears her suit with flip-flops. And another suit with flip-flops that are too small for her. What the hell? How many pairs of shoes has she got? And she wears flip-flops. Anywho, latest video, unboxing Hermes, whatever. Does anybody know? Right, we've got a new, it's changed now to Every, but there was a parcel delivery service in the UK called Hermes. We all called it Hermes, and I said to my husband, is it supposed to be Hermes? Do you know what I mean? What is it? But it's Every now, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, unboxing Hermes, Click H bracelet and sandals, plus lawsuit overview and thoughts. Oh dear God, she's not going to start talking about laws, is she? Shall we jump in?
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today we're going to do kind of like a two-part video on the subject Hermes and buying Hermes products and Hermes bags. And I kind of want to
And how many times can you say Hermes?
Approach this like we did the Pamela Anderson not wearing makeup. If you didn't see that video, I'll put it up here, and I really want to come back around to that video because I'm so glad that I didn't really make up my mind at that point or have a strong opinion, because
What the actual fuck, Lisa? Whether Pamela Anderson wears makeup or not has got fuck all to do with you or me or anybody else.
Opinion had not developed yet, and I'm so glad because I feel differently about it now. So let me know down below if you want to talk about that again, because it goes deeper than that. It
really does. It you go deep? Are you pussycat?
Really does. Okay, today I want to talk about Hermes, and I actually have a couple of unboxings. These aren't bags, but they are something pretty fabulous. And I want to talk about, the whole, if you didn't know, there's a lawsuit going on. And I tried to watch a few videos. Is it the Antitrust Act or something? I tried to watch a few videos on it and, just get the gist of it. And it's about...
Is anybody else just staring at the cat? It's like Glenda Sully and her KY jelly. Ugh. That went way over my head. I didn't even clock it. And then I got so many comments going, KY jelly, KY jelly, KY jelly. No, I can't get it out of my head. Thank you very much, people. But it's like with her, I zone out and I watch the cat.
What I thought. If you're familiar with Hermes, they are very expensive bags, and I think the Birkin and the Kelly are going to be the main.
Right, why is that bag not being funny? All right, okay, it's high standard leather or whatever it is. But why is it so expensive? It's a fugly bag, if you ask me. There was a TSV on QVC 2-3 days ago. It was a Radley bag, and it was so cute. And I think it was 120 quid. It was perfect, pure leather. Why do people pay umpteen thousand for that? I don't get it.
That you will hear people talk about. Well, I had never heard of an Hermes Birkin until the Sex and the City movie with Lucy Liu. And even then, it really didn't sink in to what was going on. Now I get it. Now I get why she was mad. But anyway, okay, then as I'm coming through this fashion world that I've been in, I can remember clearly when Colleen Rothschild and I were talking back and forth, and she sent me her favorite Hermes fragrance. I really think I called it Hermes at the time. That is how far away from it I was, because I have lived here at the beach.
That's almost nearly as good as J. Matei. I love that. J. Matei. If anybody's tried, never heard her say it before, and you're thinking, what in the absolute hell is J. Matei? It's Je t'aime. Yeah, J. Matei.
beach my whole life with no shopping, didn't travel a lot. My entire family lives here, aunts, uncles, both grandparents, any cousins, anything. So I haven't traveled the world like a lot of people have, especially.
I haven't travelled the world. But if I don't know how to pronounce something, I look it up. Fruitcake. This is your job, apparently. Put a bit of effort in.
Especially when I started YouTube, I was 38 and I was a young mom and everything, or a mom to young kids. And so I have always been intrigued by things like that. I've never been a person to think that person doesn't need that, or why does he need that big house, or I've never had that type of attitude towards nice things. I've been intrigued by nice things, and I say to myself, what do I need to do, or what did he need to do to get that?
Really? That's what you think? What did they need to do to get that? Not, I really like that. Oh, wrong button. They look alike. I really like that. I'd like one. Where do you buy it? That'd be my first thought. I like it. But
what
Birkin bags do not appeal to me at all. I don't get it. Let me see if I can find that, because it won't be on the thingy page anymore because it was a TSV. Let me see if I can find a picture of that bag. And you tell me why Birkin is the price it is and this bag isn't. Because it makes no sense to me. I'll be back in a sec. It must have sold out because I've been looking and I can't see it. But look, 258.99. There was one down here. I like the pink one, 154. But where is it? This one. Now, get out of the way. £150. What is the difference? This is pebbled leather. What is the difference between this and a Birkin? I don't get it. Apart from the name. And like I said, it's like Louis Vuitton. You're just advertising for these people. They treat you like shit, from what Lisa was saying. You have to go there on bended knee, bowed and begging, to pay for a bag, to go out so people can see it and go, oh, I want one of them. Why? What's the difference? I mean, this is a really classy looking bag to me. Will you show the picture? Oh, they've moved everything on QVC and it's so annoying now. I mean, what is wrong with that? Just under 200 quid. I don't get it. Right, where are we? Is it that? Yep. She looks like she's going to sneeze. So is that what this whole video is about? Being able to get an Hermes bag? What did she say? Hermes. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Hermes. I love that. It's like years ago when you used to go into Boots or whatever and there was some snotty cow behind the perfume counter and you'd say, oh, can I try that? And they'd, pardon, can you try what? Because you didn't pronounce it properly. Fucking, who cares?
What did she need to do to get there? I've always been that kind of person, and I'm an achiever. I like to achieve. I'm a Virgo, and Brooke said that that's very much a Virgo thing, and it's a lot of the reason that Virgos like name brands and nice things is because it's a sign of achievement. We have seen something that we want, and we...
Virgos like to buy expensive things because it's a sign of achievement. No other star sign likes to have a sign of achievement, do they? No.
Did what it took to achieve that goal, and it can be for anything. It can be finding a good husband, it can be being a good mom, it can be being a good daughter, or it can be monetary things. I have goals for myself all the time. It can be walking every night, it can be
dawdling around your estate every night.
a stricter diet. It can be anything, making 3 videos a week for 15 years, things like that. So I would say the next thing I had to do with Hermes was
Hermes.
when we were building this house and we were renting, I really was intrigued and wanted to buy a Birkin bag. And this is the one that I got.
Right, what is the difference with that and them I've just showed? Pardon me. Obviously there isn't going to be one identical to it, but I don't understand. And I can't remember what the name of that bag was that was the TSV the other night. It's obviously not on here because it must have sold out. But I think that's a lovely looking handbag. Everything has to be crossbody for me now. But it's a classy looking bag. I'd much rather walk around with one of them than something I'd paid absolute thousands for and been treated like shit before I got it. It's like, I'm like Pretty Woman, do you know what I mean? I'd go back in the shop and go, oh, I was here the other day, do you remember me? No, I need to go shopping now. That was a huge mistake. Huge!
I will link that video down below because to this day I could not tell you what leather this is. I think the color is gris or gray. It is a Birkin 35 and I do have all the box and paperwork. I've got the little thing in it and it was so...
See, that's the thing, that's so stupid. That's stupid, Lisa. If you're watching me, Lisa, listen, or Brooke, or your editor, or whoever, don't carry around your receipt and all the bump in your bag. I don't care if you live in a bubble in Wilmywood. You announce it on your channel every week. You tell where you're going, why you're going there, what you have, where you live. And if somebody wants to come past you and whip your bag out of your hand, they can resell it because they've got all the bump in the bag. Are you listening? Probably not.
So much fun, like talking to different people and seeing what size they had, and it's an experience, it's an adventure. And I ended up buying it from a friend of mine that I've made here on YouTube and on Instagram. She is very well connected, lives in Atlanta and buys them brand new. But she also knew of a resale shop that is very reputable, and that is the direction I went through because...
Oh, but I'm not going to tell you plebs what it is because you might go there and get the bag that I want. But I love lifting up other women and I really care about the women and I like to help. But, well, where is it then? What's the resale shop? Why not tell everybody what the reputable retail shop is so we can all have a resale bag if we want one?
You can easily buy them on Fashion File or eBay. I think eBay has gotten pretty safe if you get the ones that are guaranteed. Don't quote me on that, but I have bought stuff from the Real. I've never had a problem with thinking anything was fake, but I did get this, love it, don't regret it. But I probably paid more for this bag than I would have if it would have been brand new, and that is because of the law of supply and demand. Now, I'm sure that they control the supply, but I never once thought to myself, that's not fair. If I have the money to buy it, I should be able to buy it. I just kind of knew that that's the way it was. And if I wanted one bad enough, I was going to have to A, make enough money, and B, do what it took.
Lisa, please tell me you're watching this because I am honestly really curious. Why? Why did you want that bag so badly? Honestly, why did you want that bag so badly? Was it so when you went to the Like to Know It conference you could walk about and know that all the other women knew you had a Birkin? was it on your bucket list forever and you got to tick it off? Because I don't think it's because you saw it and thought, oh, I really like that, I want that. Because I don't see anything jumping out of it to be that, you know, that you couldn't get another bag similar. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. It's like I'm constantly looking to find a ring that HRH was selling. Lardy was laughing about it. But it's like a drip ring. And because I've got such big hands and now I've got arthritis and nothing fits me anymore, I'd never get one now to fit. But and I'm always looking to see if it's somewhere else. I've been told by loads of people it's a pain in the hole because it catches on all your clothes and whatever. But I still like the look of it. So it's still up here. I can't see myself drooling over a bag like that. Like I've said before, I love the Louis Vuitton coloured one with all the different coloured writing on. I think that's really pretty. And I saw a Coach wallet on a chain or a grab thing or whatever on eBay, and I got that years ago instead of paying through the nose for a Louis Vuitton bag that I'd probably never use. I just liked the look of it. So the look was what I liked. It didn't have to have Birkin on it or Hermes written on it. I really want to know what it is. Like a lot of the ladies on the bakery, they've got Louis Vuitton bags and this, that and the other. And it's like they keep going on about, oh, I love my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I think they're fugly. I'm sorry if you've got one. I think they're the fuggliest looking bags. There's no give in it. It's hard. It's brown with gold writing on it. I don't. Anyway, I'll shut up now because I've been talking for way too long.
So when I heard the lawsuit about Hermes, you know, I had friends saying it's about time. And even when I mentioned in my last video about how I had never been given a moment's notice or glance or attention anytime I had ever walked into an Hermes store. And then when I was in Florida, if you didn't see that video, I'll put it up here. I just, for some reason, the manager there actually made eye contact with me, asked me, could she help me? And I ended up getting that red, oh God, I always want to say Constance, Evelyn bag.
I went in the shop in Florida and the manager made eye contact with me. And you know what I would have done? And walked out of the shop. Why? What? I don't know. Do you like being abused or something? No way. If I went into that shop once and I was ignored, that'd be it. I wouldn't go back in again. Why? Why do you want to give them your money when they treat you like shit? Please, someone explain this to me because it makes no fucking sense.
That I love. And I have purchased like a belt and some shoes, but I did those online. And even when I was redoing my decor on my house, my interior designer said for me to get one of those Hermes blankets, but I thought you had to get those through a sales associate. So that's how naive and just not a pro at this that I am. But see, I love that. I love learning about things. I like taking stuff as a challenge and kind of, you know, doing what I have to do. So
how about doing an English shall I cut that bit out? How about doing an English literacy course or something like that? That's an achievement. I worked hard to get a Birkin bag. I'm sorry. I'd never brag about that. I don't see how buying a handbag has bragging rights. I don't.
I did hear a lot of people say, you know, that they thought it was a good thing. And I'll have to say...
So what is the lawsuit then?
I don't know how I feel about it. Because I don't generally... Anytime I hear someone say something's unfair, I don't like it. Because life is unfair. And no one's going to die without a Birkin bag. And... I just think you don't have to play the game if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. But this is open discussion. Just like in all other discussions that we have here as friends, I want to hear your side too. I want to hear what you think. And because even John and I were talking about it, and he had a different point of view. And I respect that. I think that that is the secret to our success here as a group for all this time, is that we do respect each other's opinion. So my first instinct is, one, it will never happen, because it would be very hard to prove that scenario that they were passing over people. The way I always thought about it is you just had to form a relationship with a store, and then you probably naturally were going to buy some things. I never really knew there was a quota. Since then, I've kind of gathered that you don't get one until you've spent just about the amount of a bag, which I don't know if that's, see, that's another thing that who knows if that's right. And then, you know, I kind of said to myself, well, the only way I'm going to be able to get anything is if I order it, I buy it pre-owned, or if I get lucky, like I did that day. In return, I get to
See, if I get lucky. What's lucky about it, Lisa? If you've got that amount of money in your back pocket, go somewhere else where they appreciate you and treat you like a human being and buy something there. Why go to a shop where they treat you like shit and then hand over hundreds of thousands of dollars to them? No! No!
Live at the beach, and I get to live in a beautiful area with my family, and I get all the advantages of living here. So it's not really unfair. It's just a decision that I've made. And that I love that about traveling. I love seeing things I don't ever get to see, going places I don't ever get to go. I love the chance that I might get something. To me, there's a lot of that mystique in it. And I wanted to just tell you, where did I put it? I've got everything sitting here on my pillows. Here it is. It's up here in the window. Okay, I had already experienced a little bit of this. If you remember my watch thing. You guys know I've always been into watches.
No, you haven't. You blew up and decided to go on a watch journey because someone got a Rolex and you wanted it, and Daddy gave you one of his, but that wasn't good enough. You had to go and get your own. And before that, you never wore watches, so don't talk twaddle, Lisa.
Loved watches since I was a child. I can remember my aunt and uncle getting me a Mickey Mouse watch at Sears when I was little. But anyway, I've always loved watches, swatches. Remember when I went just crazy with the Michael Kors Big Boyfriend watches. I have a couple of Seikos. I remember when I was married the first time, and my husband and I were always around older, wealthy people, and all the women. That was when the Tag Heuer was really popular, and of course a Rolex. And I didn't think that's not fair, or they're ugly, or they're not worth it, or whatever. I just thought one day I'm going to buy my own Rolex, or I'm going to be able to get one. And that's how I've always been. So when it...
That's great, but if people think they're ugly, they're allowed to think they're ugly. I think that Birkin bag of yours is plain. I wouldn't call it ugly, but it's plain. And you could get a bag similar to that for a lot less money, is what I'm saying. I think you've been diddled, but hey, if it makes you happy.
Got to the point where I was able to buy one. I went to the store that sells Rolexes here, and there were none. It was right after COVID. And I couldn't believe it. Like, the whole case was empty. And I started forming a relationship with this guy named Chris at the store. And I told him, you know, this, I wanted this and this. And I ended up buying this one that I have at another jewelry store here, and they sell pre-owned watches. So I was lucky to get this one. And then I kept going back in to the jewelry store, and I kept calling Chris, not thinking this was a game. This was just something I wanted, that I was willing to do the things it took. I form relationships everywhere I go. At McDonald's, I got girls I know at Walmart. I mean, everywhere I go, I have people that know who I am, what I want. We know about each other's family. I mean, he was had no kids. He's just getting married. I mean, I had just ordered my car. I mean, you know, you form a relationship just because that's just how I am. So he was asking me what watch did I want, and I said, well, I really want that new I can't even remember, is it Oyster Perpetual with the Tiffany blue face because I had been all about it. I had been watching all the videos. My parents love watches. I had been learning about all the different ones, and this is the one I wanted. Well, you know what happened? Probably about a month or two, maybe even more, this watch came in, and guess who he called? Me. And I got it for whatever the cost was, can't even remember. And at that moment, I probably could have sold it for $3,000 more. So a lot of these things are good investments. You can sell them. So that's just one little story that made...
If that's why you've bought the Birkin bag, now that makes sense. If you actually like how it looks and it's an investment, when you get bored of it, you can sell it for more than you paid for it. That makes sense. I get it now. But if that isn't it, I don't know why you would go through all the hoops to get the thing. Talking of watches, I saw a watch years and years ago. It's like it must be donkey's years ago because I was talking about Martin Compston today, and I remember when he was on the telly being interviewed, and he was saying about his wife must have really loved him because she married him with this stupid haircut that he had for this documentary that he was making. And I've just realised that was 2016 and it feels like yesterday to me. So fuck knows when I saw this watch. But I think it was a Kenzo watch. But what I liked, it looked like it was basically like a Rolex with the metal wristband and the whole thing. But it was holographic, and the face had this lion. I think it was a lion. And the whole face was holographic and whatever. It was so cute, and I dithered on it. It was on sale on a Next catalogue page, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I went back a couple of weeks later, and of course it had sold out. But that's why when you see something and it's on offer, you have to buy it then or live to regret it.
Made me kind of used to that whole thing. And then I remember when I was in Dallas and I went in the Audemars Piguet, that's another big watch brand that I don't know that much about, all that kind of stuff. And when I walked in there, he barely had anything there, and he flat told me, not only could I not buy a watch there, he wasn't even going to put me on their wish list, that I needed to go to Atlanta because that was my closest store. And, I thought to myself, well, I guess I won't get one or I'll have to buy one pre-owned, or when I go to Atlanta, I'll go in that store and just see by chance if I connect with someone, if they have one. I didn't really get all bent out of shape about it and I didn't think in my mind that's unfair. I just didn't.
I wouldn't think it's unfair. I'd think, right, got your number. What are you? Thingamy-bob, whatever. Yeah, not shopping there anymore. Birkin, nope. We'll start a where not to shop list.
And I think that is a good way to be, because if you go through life always thinking things are unfair, from little things to big things like relationships, to even bigger things like jobs, or even, I would say, smaller things like, objects that don't really mean a lot. It's just good to get out of that habit. I had to learn that. I had to learn that early. I already just naturally felt that way, but I remember during my divorce, I felt like I had tried so hard to be a good wife and to keep that marriage going. And the fact that everything was getting taken away was unfair. And my mom told me that life is unfair. It just happens. And we'll get into that more on our questions, because actually it was fair. It was fair. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. Let me know what you think below. Like, what did you think when you heard about the lawsuit? What do you think?
We don't know what the lawsuit is. You haven't explained it yet.
About the whole thing. It doesn't really matter what you think about an Hermes bag. And it doesn't really matter. It's the principle. You know what I mean? And I've heard people say, I don't think it's fair that you can't get them, and then when they do offer you one, it's not the color you want, and you have to take it. That's not true. What happens is you tell them what's on your wish list, because I've done this. You tell them what's on your wish list. If they get something in they think you might like, they call you. You can either go in. If I want to go, I'm going to have to fly to Florida to that store, but she will text me, let me know, maybe she has something. And if I want it, is it worth enough to me? Is it really what I want? If it isn't, I won't go get it. If it is, I'll have to do what it takes. So anyway, while I was there at that store, I did see a few things that I wanted, and I kind of tucked them away. And I'm going to unbox those with you. I got these probably week before last, and I've been waiting to open them with you. Okay, so this is a little box, and I did...
we can see it's a whittle box.
These are things that you can get on the actual website. And I chose to, instead of ordering them through the website, I ordered them through this sales representative who's been very kind, who can tell me how shoes run. It does pay. You guys know I've always worked with sales associates. One, I like to support other people. I like attention. I like when I say, do you have so-and-so, so-and-so? Someone answers me. They tell me how it runs. They tell me, do they think it will look good on me? You know what I mean? I like that, just back and forth. So I choose to do it this way, but you don't have to. And it still shows up when they pull up your phone number. The purchases I had made still showed up. So here we go. My first little Hermes jewelry purchase. And I haven't seen it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so pretty. I feel my face getting hot. Look at this bracelet.
That's cute.
Was this made for me or what? I love it. Oh, see, like right now, I don't even know how to put this on. I'm gonna have to, it's kind of like when I showed you guys that red bag. I was trying to undo it the wrong way the whole time. So I'm gonna have to see how you do this to even put it on, because I don't want to hurt it. But what I loved about this is,
you don't know how to open it.
The lions. I have loved lions and tigers all of my life. And I loved just the stars and stuff. It's kind of mystical, and that kind of reminds me of my daughter Brooke. It's got a bunny on it. And
does anything remind you of Will or John?
I love the gold and white, because I feel like it's going to look so good with all of my summer suits.
It'll look good with what you're wearing now. Put it on. Surely you're a big girl now. You know how to open a bracelet. It's not rocket science.
And dresses. And I just think it's special. And it comes in different sizes. Okay, it's bugging me. Let me see if I can just touch it a few times and see how it opens. Hold on. Yay!
If I can touch it a few times. Honestly. How old are you?
Okay, I just looked it up. So it opens like this.
Like what?
And I've always heard that you wear things so that when someone else looks at it, but this is an H, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then okay, I want my lion to go out. Like that. And then you click it together. Okay, yeah, click it together like that. See, and it comes in different sizes, so she knew what size I needed and all of that good stuff. Yay! Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, that's the first thing that I got. And then this might be something that you guys will like. I hope these fit.
Cheers.
I saw these on the website. And you guys know I am a flip-flop connoisseur. I love them.
Will you stop using connoisseur willy-nilly all over the place?
I think my favorites of all times, besides
Time.
I'll be honest. And I used to love the Reef McFanning.
Oh, I can't believe she just said Havianas. We haven't heard that name in years.
I used to love rainbows. I grew up on rainbows and OP flip-flops, but Gucci did the best flip-flops. But then I saw these, and they're really not flip-flops, but they're rubbery. They're kind of, I guess they'd be better compared to the Valentino bow, like flip-flops, which I equally love. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put my foot in this one just to see if it's going to fit. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so they do come, even though they're not crazy expensive. I mean, they are for what they are, but they're Hermes. They come in shoe bags.
$400 for flip-flops.
And I think they're going to be flattering. They really don't go with my outfit today, but...
Oh, but you wore flip-flops with your suit at the convention. How did they go?
I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, so here they are. I need a pedicure in the worst way. Let me go look in my mirror.
What do you mean in the worst way? Don't you need a good pedicure?
Ah, I love them. I love them. These are going to look so good with jeans, with black pants, cool black dresses, very bendy, very, if you like...
Very bendy.
Like the Miller, like Tory Burch Miller sandals, you would like these. It's that same feeling because of that strap coming way up on my foot. Ah, so cool. So cool. Yay, I love these. I love them. Okay, and then the rest of my outfit, it's from Revolve. It's this little blazer. This is all kind of like summer weight, but it's a little set that I knew was probably not going to be something that I could wear with nothing over it because white is brutal. But I knew that I would try it, wear it a few times, and then I would give it to Brooke. And she's my daughter, who's 24. And then I love the tone-on-tone.
We know she's your daughter who's 24.
So that's why I'm wearing this. I'm actually going to go get a pedicure. And I'm not feeling my Funny Bunny nail polish as much, so I might get that changed too. And then my necklaces are from French Candy. And I didn't put a ring or earrings on because I felt like I had a lot going on already. And I just didn't feel like it. And you've already seen my watch. The bag I'm going to change into is my Gucci Dionysus, a classic bag. I love it. It goes with so much. This is one of my favorite purchases in a long time. And then in true Lisa style, I'm going to put on these Amazon Bottega lookalikes. I actually have these in the Bottega, and the Amazon ones are more comfortable. They're actually like rubbery and bendy, and I like
flexible bendy.
The color better on these. I like the nude color. So that is it. So let me know down below. We want to keep this kind and open. We want to just share our opinions and not dog out anyone else's opinion. I think that's very important. I consider myself very opinionated and judgmental within myself. Like, I know what I think is wrong and what my opinion is, but I try not to put that on other people because you know what? We all have a different lens that we're looking at this world through. And once you learn that, you can understand why different people look at things differently. It's how we're brought up. It's where we live. There's so much to it. So no one's opinion is wrong. It's just not yours. So let's be nice. And I say that because when I watched those videos, there was a lot of back and forth underneath, and I never want that here. So thank you guys so much for being.
When I watched what videos, there was a lot of that back and forth, and I don't want that here. That's called a conversation, Lisa.
Being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don't nearly cut the kitty off, thank you very much. Look at them eyes. Well, does anybody know what the lawsuit's about? Because I'm fucking lost. And if you got this far with me, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.